Where are you running from, stranger?
7 years ago, someone killed my family. God is giving you a warning.
What's the thing that you like the most besides people, of course, here in Romania?
The countryside is really, really lovely. Bucharest, Romania was not something on my radar before I did the film because it's not a tourist destination. And I think, I was very, very surprised how beautiful the country is.
Your character is very interesting. People will discover John soon. How do you feel towards your character?
I did. I fell in love with John on the page because he was so complex. He's a very, very, interesting, complex, contradictory man of God. Part of his survival was, having to kill people or having to be violent. If you didn't kill, you would be killed.
We all deserve a second chance.
He doesn't know who you are.
Now go ahead and tell these fine people your name.
People are somehow used to, or at least they've heard about Django, be it from the 60s, from Quentin Tarantino, or now from here. What do you think this series brings new to the public?
It brings a modernness to it. There are themes that are relatable that we are experiencing now, that even though they were experiencing then, we haven't really seen before. People of color, women of prominence. Cowboys were all white and the Indians were the enemy, and anyone who was Mexican was the enemy, and the white savior, the passive damsels in distress that needed, the man to come in and save them. That's not the case in our version of Django. In this version, we see these themes that are the norm in our society now, but they're set in an era where they were happening, but we've never really fleshed them out and uncovered them in the way that we have in Django.
Let's listen to him.
Blood wins over everything.
There are so many people who say that they were born in the wrong era. What do you think is the most striking thing that someone would feel if they would have lived in those days?
Well, that's a good question. I think that sense of constantly being on high alert. None of the characters in Django as real people could just relax. There was always something to do. There was always some threat somewhere, whether it be wild animals, whether it be other people, the weather. They understood nature in a way that we don't, and that's a skill that we've lost for the most part.
We will destroy what needs to be destroyed.
There's no other way around it.
So you think that this new series is part entertaining and part educational, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It makes you think.
Yeah, and I think that's how media should be. That's how television and film should be. We should be educated in some way and entertained at the same time.
Do you have a message for the Romanian audience?
Thank you for watching.